Alright, I'm here with a brand new pickup video, first time in a while. I do want to preface this, first of all, saying that my area has recently started opening back up. So I have been cautiously going out, doing a little bit of game hunting at my local Goodwill, which has, you have to wear a mask policy, which I've of course been following. And I've been going to a few garage sales, wearing a mask, using tons of hand sanitizer. Garage sales feel pretty safe, I would say, for myself. I feel comfortable going to them because there's usually not too many people besides me and the person running the sale. This is about the only amount that I've been going out, though, and I've still been being cautious otherwise, just because I don't obviously want to get sick, don't want to get anyone else sick. But yeah, I've been careful, been wearing a mask, been sanitizing, I always wipe down any stuff I get before I put it in the collection and all that. So just want to preface it with that. Don't go back out. Don't go out hunting for games if your area is not reopened yet. And even if it is, be cautious, be careful. Make the right choice that you think you're comfortable with. But to get that out of the way, got some pretty good finds both at the garage sales, both last week and actually this week as well. Got some family video closing store finds that were pretty decent. A few newer games I picked up, all that. So we'll get into that now. Go into newer releases first. One of these I picked up, the new Sakura Wars game. This is Sakura Wars is a pretty long-running series, Sega series. I think it started back on the Saturn in Japan. We only ever got the Wii one over here, which I've been actually looking for a while. I picked this one up. I started it. Seems like a really cool game. I'm into like the setup and the setting, but I didn't get any further just because I was kind of busy, and another game that I'll be talking about in a minute that I kind of I didn't want to get into this until I was finished with that, but I am looking forward to giving this one a shot. So before I go into this one, I know about this game, so I didn't just buy it on a whim. This is Deadly Premonition Origins, which is a Switch port of the Xbox 360 game. This game is notoriously so bad it's good, I guess the best way to describe it. Get this zoom a little better. It is notoriously so bad it's good. You can actually see on the back, you get the Jim Sterling review that gave the game a 10 out of 10, saying it's shockingly tasteless, flagrantly stupid, and subtly self-aware. I played a lot of it. This game, there's something about the story that's really intriguing. The game is horrible. Like, there's driving that kind of makes me ill because of how bad it is. The graphics are horrible. Frame rate's not so hot. But there's something about this game. I played about 3 hours of it, and then I was like, I gotta put this down. I don't want to play too much more. But it's kind of, after like a week after not playing it, it's kind of pulling me back in. I think I want to go back to it. But interesting game. It's like 20 hours long, which I played like 3, and I was like, oh, this can't be too long, maybe 8 hours. When I saw it was 20, I was like, I gotta put this down. But there's something about this game, I tell you. It is so bad it's good, I would say. And it's definitely ambitious, even though you can tell it was on a absolute shoestring budget. And the game I was kind of holding out for, I wanted to put my time into the most, is Xenoblade Chronicles, which I got the special edition, the Definitive Works Set Special Edition. This is a kind of a remaster enhanced port of the classic Wii game. Excellent RPG. I did an unboxing of this special edition if you're interested. It's not as good as the set they got over in Europe, but still pretty nice set overall. So I got a family video find at a store, family video location that was closing and selling all their stuff off. Family video finds are a bit hit or miss because sometimes you go there and most of the stuff is not for sale that would be even good. But everything was for sale at this store. They priced everything out. A lot of the prices weren't too good, weren't worthwhile. A lot of like really bad, really horribly sun-damaged Wii games for like $5. Bottom of the barrel stuff. But got some good stuff here for some good prices, so I'll jump into these. Most of these I got for 2 for $10. They were priced at $5.99 or for 2 for $10. But some of them I picked up for $10.99. So I picked up Need for Speed Heat for $10.99. This is the newest one. And I saw it going for pretty decent on eBay, so I think I should be able to do pretty well on that one. And then this one was going for pretty alright on eBay as well. Metro Exodus. Most of these are sell. I'm going to be keeping a few of them, but most of these are to sell. Got 2 copies here of Connect Sports Rivals, which I was surprised this goes for pretty good on eBay as well, over $20. So should be a good sell there. Attack on Titan. Starting with the Connect Sports, these are the $5.99 or 2 for $10. So I got 10 games total, 8 of them for the 2 for $10, and then the 2 other ones. These ones I'm going to be keeping. Dead Rising 3 and 4. These are actually Xbox One exclusive. I think 4 came over to PS4, but 3 I think is still exclusive to Xbox One. Might as well grab 4 on there as well. Got here Metro Redux for $5. Stardew Valley for $5. And then this one, the woman at the counter just didn't charge me. So this one I'm going to be keeping, Wolfenstein 2, but I got this for free actually, so not a bad little find there. So yeah, hopefully I should do pretty well, get to keep a couple games for free, and do alright on eBay. But obviously times are a bit tough to get games at the moment, so. A couple of Goodwill finds. Some really strange ones, really odd Goodwill finds here. First one is the Goodwill that I hit pretty frequently. Actually, before everything went down, I had hit this Goodwill every day of the year that it was open, which is pretty crazy. And I found some good stuff to be honest, but nothing spectacular. I wouldn't consider spectacular, but kind of interesting. This was $4.39. A We Speak, which is still sealed. Box has some wear on it, but really weird to find a sealed We Speak. Figure that could be a kind of odd collection piece. I remember the We Speak. It was horrible. I played a lot of Animal Crossing with my friends while using it, because I mean, at that time we had nothing else. We didn't have Skype or anything like that we would talk to each other with. And it's awful. You have it on top of, if anyone doesn't know about it, you put it on top of like your TV with your sensor bar, and then you talk, and then a game audio comes out of your TV, and their voice comes out of your game audio alongside all that, so you have like this constant echo of your own voice because you can hear it coming from their TV back into yours. It's so bad. Oh, it's horrible. And then another really weird one. Found this one for $1 at a different Goodwill, and this is a pretty valuable game, Spider-Man Web of Shadows, but this is a PAL version for some reason. I mean, PS3 is region free, so it's just the same game as the NTSC version that we got here, but not sure why a European copy of a Spider-Man game was in my local Goodwill in the middle of Ohio. Who knows? There was another PS3 game there, and it was like Rock Band 2, I think. And it was the NTSC version, so it wasn't like someone moved and donated all their PS3 games. But very weird. I'm not sure what is up with that, but cool find. Hopefully, this is a pretty valuable game. I don't know if I can get as much since it's a PAL copy, but I will still be listing it on eBay, definitely making sure people know it's the PAL copy, even though there's really no difference. I will go in now to some pretty good finds. This is for Saturday, I don't know what day it is anymore. We're supposed to know what day, the 23rd. Saturday the 23rd went out. I had a couple sales on the list, and actually none of those worked out, but all of my finds ended up being from Chasing Signs. So really cool finds from doing that. First off was a sale, and this was kind of a first for the first time in a while, because it ended up being I just walked up to the sale, and there was a basket of some retro game stuff. So I don't think I've found retro game stuff just sitting out for a good while. Mostly I have to ask for that kind of stuff. So that was cool. What was in there? It was kind of it was like a laundry basket. Kind of a weird assortment of stuff. Super Nintendo. Looks like all the cords were in there, and a copy of Super Mario World inside. And console-wise, there was also a PS2 original model with a surprise game inside of Crash Wrath of Cortex. So not a bad little find there. Everything else in there, looking at the stuff also in there, there was a Sony Vaio laptop from probably 2006. I don't really want that. There was also a lot of miscellaneous cords, including all the console cords and like a multi-tab for the PS2, and like I think 4 PS2 controllers. So that was pretty nice find there. I asked the guy how much he wanted for it, and he told me $30. So happily paid that. Very, very, very good deal. So pretty happy about that. And what's funny is actually last year, I'm pretty sure I complained, if not on video and just, you know, in private, that I never found any Super Nintendo stuff last year. And first real find of the season, Super Nintendo stuff. So, and it'll continue on, you'll see. So really cool. Next, this was pretty much after garage sailing was over. I had somewhere else I had to be. I had to go do something, and in a different area that I don't ever garage sale in hardly. And I was just kind of chasing sites when I was out and about. Found this one. Almost didn't stop, but thought I saw some PS3 cases, and I did. And I picked up a few games. They had them marked at $5, but they crossed it out. And they had PS4 games for $3 and PS3 games for $2. So I picked up San Andreas for PS3 and NASCAR Heat 3. This goes maybe for about $15, and disc only this maybe goes for about $12-ish. So for $5 for the pair, not too bad. This was actually developed, I saw, by Monster Games, who does who did the Xenoblade Chronicles 3DS port. I believe the Donkey Kong Country Returns 3DS port as well. They used to work a lot with Nintendo. I think they got a good gig. I think they're in Minnesota. They got a good gig, though, doing NASCAR stuff. And then the most exciting of all the finds of today, really weird one. So kind of driving, and I see a girl just putting a sign out. It was well after when you would start a garage sale. I believe it was like 11:15. And I see this girl just putting a sign out, and I was like, okay. So I turned back around and just went to the sale. And I was like, should I even stop at this? Because there was some stuff, but the woman holding the sale was mostly trying to sell CBD oil. So not exactly what I'm looking for. But I happened to go up to it, look around, and I asked, and she's like, oh, would you be interested in Super Nintendo? Is that what you would want? And I'm like, yeah. And she went in and brought out 2 little boxes of 2 different lots. One was an NES lot and one was a Super Nintendo lot. And I asked her how much she wanted for them, and she said $40 for the pair, so I was happily took that. And I haven't actually really looked too much at the games in there. I saw a few of the good ones, and that's obviously for $20 you get a lot like that regardless. $20 for each lot, you get a lot like that regardless. But I haven't actually really looked at the games too much, so it'll be kind of not unboxing it, but checking it out for the first time on camera. So got a Super Nintendo. It looked like all the cables were in there. A little dirty, obviously, especially now, but obviously anytime I get game stuff, I always disinfect it, wipe it down real good, make sure it's clean. This stuff stayed in the garage for probably about 3 or 4 hours before I brought it in. Just make sure everything got off of it before I brought it in the house. And I will, of course, be disinfecting all this stuff, so no need to worry there. Being careful. So I got the Super Nintendo and an NES. Here, no game in the NES, but there's plenty of games. NES is in pretty good shape. And we'll go through some of the games. Lots of games. Let me see here. George Foreman KO Boxing, which I thought was funny. He doesn't have a name on the label. These games are filthy. Tetris and Dr. Mario. But nothing a little cleanup can't do. Tecmo Super Bowl 2. Original Tecmo Super Bowl. WrestleMania, Super WrestleMania. Go get another stack and keep looking. Alright, let's see here. This is the last of the Super Nintendo games. There might be more in there. Space Invaders. Royal Rumble. And then some good ones here. Super Mario Kart. And Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World. Definitely a highlight. Pretty solid lot there, especially when I paid for it. Pretty happy with that. Making sure there's nothing else in this box, Super Nintendo. Nope, there's 2 controllers, it looks like. So that's nice to see. We'll go through the NES games next, and we'll see what's in there. WCW Wrestling. The Legend of Kage. Super Mario Brothers 3. Contra. Nice one to get. Wheel of Fortune. Not quite as excited to get, but... Gotcha. They certainly did. Tetris. Dr. Mario. Super Mario Duck Hunt. And finally, a copy of The Legend of Zelda. So, really great. $40 was an absolute score for that. She said she thinks she might have more, so I left my contact information with her. Don't usually expect much out of that kind of stuff, but, you know, hopefully I can get a call back on that. But really solid finds all around for kind of a weird Saturday. It's a nice day out, but, you know, obviously everything going on right now. But, yeah, definitely going to get this stuff all disinfected and good to go. Definitely will be careful with all that. So I'll get into my finds now for Friday the 29th, before the day before this video goes up. Originally I had a sale that said it was going to have a Wii lot, a Wii bundle with your Wii system with games, I think, and it was actually in the newspaper classifieds. It wasn't even on Facebook or Craigslist. So I thought, oh, that could be good. I don't think anyone checks the newspaper or Craigslist, or not Craigslist or Facebook or whatever. So I was like, that's kind of interesting. But that sale started at 10, and I saw there was another sale in my area listed online that just kind of said electronic stuff, I think. So I went to that instead because that started at 9. So I got up there around 9, and probably a little before. And it's actually a house that I'd been to, and I got a bunch of stuff at. And I'll try to remember to put that video in the end slate, the link to that video, because I bought a lot of stuff there. I bought them quite a bit of game stuff, but they had more, and it was a really, really interesting find, because I get to the sale, and I recognized it. I recognized that I'd been there, and I was like, okay, I'll still check. I'm here. I drove all the way out here. It was like 10-minute, 15-minute drive. I'll still check, see if they have anything. And they did. I get up to, they had a little bin of games, looked like mostly Xbox games, and you could see a couple like CD-sized games in there. And there's some PS2 games in there as well. And I flip through those, and I see one of the CD-sized games is an absolute gem. An amazing find. It is... I was really shocked to see this one in there, because the rest of them are just kind of basic original Xbox games and PS2 games like SOCOM and Rainbow Six, stuff like that. And then sticking out was Elemental Gimmick Gear for the Dreamcast, which is a very kind of getting pricey game. I didn't realize it was this pricey, but it's not one I had in my collection, so very happy to find that, since I am going for a full set, and this is not one I see very often. It was in good shape. Disc it doesn't even have a scratch on it, so very happy with that. Very cool find. I asked the guy if he has any more game stuff, if there's going to be any systems or anything, hoping to, maybe find some more Dreamcast stuff. But he said, actually, if you go in the tent back there, there's more stuff. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know there was. I thought there was another garage in the back that had some clothing stuff, it looked like. And he pointed, and I was like, oh, there's a tent over there. I guess I'll go over there. And I go over there, and it's like this huge tent. It's massive. And I'm like the only one in it. And then there's a guy, I think that's his brother or something, that was helping him sell stuff at the sale. And I saw some game stuff, and I asked him about it. There was like a console-only Sega Genesis Model 1. He wanted $25 for that, which wasn't really into, since it was just a system. He said it was because that was more obscure, so he wanted more for it. And you can't get too much for those anyway, maybe $40, so not a great deal. I passed up on 2 PS2 originals because they were pretty rough shape and they were both missing the door on the front. But I did actually get a really, really, really nice little score. I'm not sure why he gave these to me for so cheap, but it was a really, really nice little find. Not 1, but 2 PS3 Slims. Can't really get it to show up very well, but 2 PS3 Slims. One of them is 120 gigabyte, and one of them is 250 gigabyte, judging by the serial number on the bottom. No controller. It just came with both of them came with a power cord, which is good with me. I have HDMI, plenty of HDMI cables I can match up with them, so that's not a problem. But yeah, he gave those to me for $30 for the pair, so 15 each, $30 for the pair. Really, really nice find overall on that one. And there was a little bonus game inside one of the systems, WWE 13. Not too exciting, but hey, it's a nice throw-in, I guess. I went to that sale that said Wii Bundle and Games, and I got there a little early. Didn't even look like they were having a sale, but I just walked up and they were having one in the garage. And they had like a the U-Draw tablet, and I asked them if they had any more games, and they were like, no. And I was like, oh, you don't have the Wii Bundle and Games? And they acted like I was crazy for asking that. So I don't know what was up with that, but I feel like I definitely got the better deal with that egg and with the two PS3s. And I think that'll be it for this video. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at ObjoGaming. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Leave a comment down below. I know the likes and comments really help out, help the channel get recommended in YouTube and all that, so that's very helpful. Leave a comment if you've been able to pick anything up lately. Obviously, times are strange. The whole world seems to be opening up at different times, at different levels, so, maybe if you've been able to find anything, if garage sales have started anyway. Obviously, I still recommend be safe, be cautious and all of that. But I'd like to thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.